I am generally not a morning person, but today I forced myself to get kind of an earlier start because I have so much stuff to do. Not only am I slightly behind on stuff at work, which is always the case until it's not. I feel like I'm one of those people that doesn't get a lot done until suddenly like I'm hyper productive. So that's fine, but I have so many like knitting related things to do today, and I wanted to take you with me as I do those things. It's also been a year since I started my channel. I didn't talk about it last weekend because I was busy with the wedding. One of my best friends was getting married and I was in her wedding. But it's been over 365 days since I uploaded my first video. And there are now over 20,000 of you along on this ride with me, which blows my mind. I can't even begin to imagine that there are 20,000 people out in the world who care at all what I have to say about knitting or anything for that matter. So I'm so appreciative to have you here with me. So I figured I would take this opportunity to kind of vlog my day and sort of reintroduce myself if you're new here and get some knitting and yarny things done. I have a few projects that I'm working on right now. I have 4 projects that I'm actively working on and 2 that are languishing, which we're not going to talk about. But I have 4 projects that I really want to make progress on. And I even have a couple sort of things going on behind the scenes that I can't really talk about that I need to make progress on. And I have a lot of work for my day job that I'm going to do. So today I'm going to knit on this hat. It's the design that I was knitting. I was using these 2 colors and I was knitting the smaller size of the hat that I'm designing and it was just too small. So I ripped it out and then I stole this kind of teal color from Brian's stash and I'm using that in place of this mesa, this terracotta sort of color for the brim of this smaller size, and then I'm going to use this sort of taupe color, which I believe is called Moral, for the main color. So I'm just gonna try to finish this brim and get into this main color later today. I'm very close, like half an inch, but it is fingering weight on a size 2, so it just takes a little bit longer. And then while I'm working, I usually have a knitting project with me, something super simple, because I have a lot of like little breaks in the day, either when I'm on meetings and I'm not like talking and I just need to focus. Knitting helps me do that. So I'm going to work on my second of this 3rd pair of Socksploration socks by Denise DeSantis that I'm knitting in this self-striping yarn from Woolens and Nosh that is just beautiful. So I just want to cast on the second sock. And then I'm also working on a cardigan and a shawl, but I'm not sure I'm going to get to those projects today. After I finish working, or maybe at lunch, I'm going to put some projects to soak, to kind of clean. And then later today, I'm going to pull my yarn stash down. I have it in a new place, so I'll show you where I keep it and how I keep it. And then I'm gonna put away all these sock yarns that I bought. Also, whenever I'm doing that, I thought it would be a great opportunity to sort of de-stash a little. I want to do a giveaway because the support that everybody's given me is amazing. And I'm just so thankful that you're all here. So I was thinking that I could de-stash by letting a few of you shop from my stash. So I have a plan for this. So if you want to know how you can do that and enter the giveaway, then stick around towards the end of this vlog. But in the meantime, I'm going to go refill my coffee cup and get started working. It's almost lunchtime and I've gotten actually a lot done this morning. There wasn't a lot of like downtime. I did get, a few rows of this sock in, but it was mostly just while I was waiting on my computer to do stuff it needed to do. So I'm gonna go make food and wash some of my hand knits. I have like a bunch of things I never put away after winter ended, and now it's super hot, so I'm not wearing them. And it just occurred to me like last week that I should wash them all and put them away. So I've been doing that kind of off and on. Today I'm gonna wash mittens and a few socks that I forgot to grab last time I washed all my socks. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm just grabbing all the stuff that I want to block. I just dropped it all on the floor. I used to wash it in this bathroom over here in this little sink, even sweaters, but now I've started doing it in my washing machine. I just fill the washing machine and then let stuff soak. And then if it's something that I don't worry about it stretching too much, then I'll just let it spin the water out. I did that for my socks and they were all totally fine. And so today with my mittens and the rest of my socks, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna fill this up, get some of that Brooklyn tweed and Tuft Woolens like lanolin soap in there and get it all lathered up and full of that, and then soak my socks and my mittens. I'll probably swish it around a little bit, but not that much because a lot of this stuff is non-superwash and I don't want it to felt. I found this process works super efficiently for me to block or wash a ton of stuff. So before I put all this stuff in to wash it, I just wanted to show you these mittens. They're one of my favorite pairs. I knit them in Big Good Wool by Pearl Soho, which I absolutely love, and it's like a very affordable yarn. But I ripped them last winter on the thumb, and you would think that I would have fixed them because I like them so much, but I didn't. I just knit another pair of mittens, and these are the world's simplest mittens from Tin Can Knits, but I went ahead and converted them to convertible mittens. I have all the instructions about how I did that on my blog and over on my Ravelry page, and they're awesome. So I knit these in Peace Fleece. They are worsted weight mittens, and the pattern for World's Simplest Mittens is free. So I didn't obviously include the pattern in my notes for the conversion, but if you follow the pattern and the notes that I had to make them convertible, then they're super simple to make. I do need to mend these, but I've never actually mended anything that I've knit, so I just need to do it. And now that I'm thinking about it, no, I'm just gonna wash them this way because worst case scenario, I have more of this wool and I can just pick up and reknit the thumb, which maybe is what I'm gonna do anyway. So I'm gonna throw all this stuff into the washer and then make myself some soup. I don't know. I don't feel like doing anything too crazy today. So I'm having this organic lentil soup, and I've never had it before, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I really hope it tastes better than it looks. It looks kind of like throw up, but oh, it's done. I always like to knit on my lunch break, and then I'll get back to work. So just an update on my sock that I've been working on today. The soup's alright. I actually have knit, like a half an inch, which is kind of cool because I really didn't think I was going to get that much done because I was super busy this morning. But I just really wanted to start this, and I totally forgot, but I scheduled a workout class at 5:30, so before I get to putting my yarn away, I'm gonna have to do that. So today could be my last day on earth because I haven't been working out in like the whole last year and a half. So every time I go to the gym, it's rough, but it's good. I'm excited because it makes me feel better and it helps with, you know, my mental health, my anxiety and all that. So it's good to make myself go, even though it's not my favorite thing in the world. So I figured while I have my soup, I'll just tell you some more stuff about me in case you're new to my channel. I started this YouTube channel during, last year, and on July 25th. 2020, which we are 1 year past that date, and it's crazy. So many things have happened in a year. I've had so many awesome opportunities and met so many cool people. So I'm so glad that I did this. I still get nervous every time I post a new video. I still get nervous every time I have to think of an idea for a video. And I don't know why. Yes, I get comments about my piercings in my face, or I get comments about how fast that I talk or whatever, but like 99.9% of the things that people say are just so lovely and so amazing. And just getting to know so many of you has been awesome. Seeing the things that people say on my videos is amazing. My Instagram community has grown as well, and I've met so many awesome people through there. None of it would have happened if I didn't start this channel, so I'm so grateful to like past Caleb for making that choice, because it wasn't easy. I don't love being on camera, but I got over that stuff and I uploaded that first video, and here we are over 50 videos later, I think, and I'm still having fun with it. And the growth of this channel and this community here on YouTube and over on my Instagram, and the opportunities that I'm getting because of it, just continue to blow my mind. I just set the washer to spin, so in a few minutes I should be able to take those out of there, and they should have most of the water out. But I have this like huge kind of blocking towel thing that I'll still wrap them in, and then I step on it on the floor to get like all of the water out, just because I want them to dry really quickly. Sorry, you can hear that right now. I just let it spin for like a minute. I don't let it go too long, but then I'm gonna put it in that big blocking towel thing. It's sort of like a giant ShamWow, and then I step on it, it gets all the water out, and then I lay them out to dry. And they usually, at least smaller items like socks and mittens and stuff, should dry pretty quickly because they're not that big and the fabric isn't that thick. And then I get all the water out by spinning it and then stepping on it. So when I lay this stuff out this way, it always dries super quick. That giant ShamWow thing, this is from Cocoa Knits, and it is just super absorbent. It's just like a super absorbent fabric, and it squeezes all the water out. And because I washed them in cold water and didn't really agitate it too much, I'm not really worried about it felting. And rolling them up in this giant towel and then stepping on it doesn't cause any agitation either, so there's no risk of felting there. So this is just like a super efficient way for me to wash like a bunch of things at one time, which is super helpful for socks and mittens and things like that. A sweater I would put more care into, but I'd probably wash it in a similar manner. I just wouldn't spin it out. I would press all the water out, roll it up in this towel, and step on it again, and then just lay it out. I have this like net, like a hoop with a net in the middle, and then it's got some pieces that connect it. It's also from Cocoa Knits, and it creates kind of like a tent, so you can put your sweater on there, and then it gets air on the top and the bottom. Let me grab it and I'll show it to you, because it doesn't make any sense when I describe it that way. So the best shot I can get is laying here next to it. This allows air to pass over and under your sweater or anything you're blocking, so then it will dry a lot quicker. For me, it's like maybe a little on the small side. My sleeves kind of have to be placed over it, which can cause creases whenever you're blocking the sweater if the sleeve is like over this like hoop. So I just make sure to kind of move it at least once while it's drying. I'll reposition it so that it doesn't like hold that shape, but even if it did, it's not that big of a deal. But it's nice because it does allow it to dry just a lot quicker. This is also from Cocoa Knits. All the stuff I got in a kit, I actually won it for a knit along. I really like it. Whenever I'm blocking sweaters, this comes in super handy. It just freaks me out every time I like undo it, because it just like flies out. But then you just kind of, whoa, oh, it scares me. Fold it back up and you can store it away. It's now Friday. I was so tired after I got home from the gym yesterday that I did not finish filming this vlog because I didn't accomplish all the things that I wanted to do. So I thought I'd show you where I ended up on the 2 projects I was knitting yesterday, and then I would finally put away the yarn that I told you I was going to put away and just show you how I store my yarn. I am super afraid of moths, so I have a few moth prevention measures that I go through. Whether they're the best or not is, I know that they're not the best, so these are not suggestions, it's just what I do. But I wanted to show you the hat I was working on. I finished the brim of this hat and actually joined the main color and knit about 1/4 of an inch in the main color. I'm super excited. So now I'm past the 1x1 ribbing in fingering weight, so it should go a little bit faster from here on out. And then I also ended up knitting about 1 inch of the sock that I cast on yesterday. I was working a lot in the afternoon and didn't really have any time to work on that. So this morning I had a couple more meetings that I just needed to be mentally present. So I was knitting on my sock so I could focus a little bit better. And then what else? Oh, just a funny story. This is so stupid, but yesterday after I got back from the gym, I was just knitting and watching the Olympics. I noticed that my back sort of hurt and I thought that it had something to do with working out. But then I remembered this last weekend, I was at my friend's Airbnb. They were in town for the wedding that I was in. And we were talking about how these chairs at the dining room table were sort of rickety. They all just sort of shook a lot. And my friend got up to get a chair, and as he brought the chair back, he's holding it above his head and he's walking behind me. And so I sort of scooted in. As I'm scooting to let him by with his sturdy chair, my chair just starts to crumble beneath me. And so the seat of the chair gave out, and then I ended up on the ground and the back gave out, and then the legs kind of crumpled, and my life flashed before my eyes, and I was just laying there in a heap on this pile of chair. And everybody thought I was making it up because we were just talking about this happening, so they thought it was a joke at first, and I just was laughing, but my friend's standing over me just kind of looking at me holding this chair because he didn't really know what to do. But that's why my back sort of hurts. I'm totally fine, but it's a funny story, so whatever. But I thought I would show you my yarn stash. So just as a quick update, the first or second video of the year that I posted, I was supposed to, or I said I was going to buy less yarn, and I had this very detailed plan about how I was going to accomplish that. And I have failed at that plan, but I have succeeded at buying less yarn. So the year's not over. I still plan to make better use of my queue and Ravelry so that I can plan a little bit better, which I think is a part of, spending less or spending more intentionally. And I also plan to catalog my yarn because I think there's a lot of utility in that. And I still have time to accomplish those goals this year. They haven't happened yet because I've been taking on so many other projects. But what I have succeeded at is buying less yarn. And partially, I think that's because I've had less time to knit. And so I've bought less yarn just because I feel a little more guilty because I already have more yarn than I can knit through. And so acquiring more just feels not great all the time. It sort of stresses me out a little bit, to be honest. This week, I went to Michael's because for my birthday last month, I bought myself a Cricut, and I got a $45 reward certificate from Michael's. So it was expiring, and so I went to Michael's thinking I'll go look at the yarn. I ended up buying 8 skeins of yarn. I got 8 skeins of this Peyton's Croy, which I've never used before, and I've heard only amazing things. I have some friends who love it, and so I got it. It was only $3 on clearance, and they had some really pretty colors. I got 4 of these ones. That's why I have 3 colors, but 8 balls. I figured I would just put them away and show you how I'm storing my yarn. If you watched my channel for a while, you know that I used to store my yarn under my couch in these garment kind of underbed storage containers, but there wasn't enough space in them. So I switched over to these just laundry baskets that I got at Target. And I started putting my yarn in here, and then I put them in this space we have above our closet. And that's actually been working really well. And how I store it in there is in these plastic bags. I got a ton of these on Amazon for $20. I think I got 200. And this has been over a year and I have a ton left. I know it's not the best way to store yarn, and I don't really love using a lot of plastic, but I felt like I was gonna use them, put stuff in it once, and then keep reusing it, so it's not like I'm just throwing them away. I also, because I was concerned about moisture with the yarn, got a big bag of these silica gel packs. So whenever I'm storing my yarn, I just throw a couple silica gel packs in, put the yarn in, and then put it in this basket and put it up in my closet. I know that people are gonna tell me that that's bad because of dry rot or too much moisture. So I have the silica gel packs to control too much moisture, and I don't leave them up there for too long because I'm always going through my yarn. So the bags are getting opened a lot. And this isn't like a forever solution. I know I need to research more and find a better solution, but I just really don't want moths. And so then the other thing is I have some of these Dr. Killigan's clothing moth traps. They just have like pheromones and then they're sticky on the inside. So I have these in various places around the house just to make sure. So far I haven't caught anything, which I think is a good sign. I don't think it means it's not working. I think it means I don't have moths, which is I'm fine with. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that I do still have so much sock yarn and so much yarn, and I just bought these 8 skeins. So what I want to do is destash a little bit. And I thought a really fun way to do that is to do it as a giveaway, because you all have been so amazing by joining me here on my channel and subscribing and being part of this journey with me. Also, I do need to get rid of some yarn, so I thought it'd be really fun to let y'all shop from my stash. So the way I'm gonna do it is I would love for you to leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite color of yarn to knit with is. And then if you're one of the winners, I'm gonna pick 4 winners. So I got 8 skeins of yarn and I'm gonna give away 8 skeins of yarn. So 4 winners will pick 2 skeins from my stash each. And I'm not just gonna let you go through my whole stash because there's some I really love and wanna keep. But I thought it would be fun if you win and you say you love, green yarn like me, then I would see what green yarn I have that I'm okay with parting with, and then put some together in like a picture and let you choose 2 skeins from what I have. And then that way I can pass along some of this yarn and get to see what you make. If you want to potentially shop from my stash, then drop a comment down below. Let us all know what your favorite color to knit with is. I'm gonna leave this giveaway open for a week from the day that I post this video. I can't wait to hear from you. And again, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you liked this vlog, leave a like on this video. Liking and disliking my videos lets me know what you love and what you don't love. And if you're watching and you haven't already subscribed, then I would love if you hit that subscribe button. But thanks so much for being here, even if you don't subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Hi, Molly.